Freunde, herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen Video auf meinem Kanal. Wir reagieren heute live auf Twitch mal auf ein neues Video von Franks Bettas. Viel Spaß dabei.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we have a special video of actually releasing some fish back into their habitat. Also, I'm going to be showing you what kind of species are in the habitat of wild Bettas maridinis. So you'll probably see some loaches, some
Also habe ich das hier richtig verstanden? Der Typ, der ist in Thailand und sammelt Wildbettas, züchtet die und setzt sie dann wieder aus, oder wie?
rasboras and other small aquatic animals. So this is actually my grow out.
Okay, cool. Danke, Dreamcatcher.
You could say pond. It's actually I would say about a 60 centimeter pond. I usually grow up about 100 or 200 fish in here, so I think there's about 100 fish in here. Right now I'm not actually breeding because I'm renovating this farm, so we've got all this stacked up here.
Okay, da drin hält er die, oder wie?
And this is the last pond that I have to actually go through and see how many fish there are. We're gonna scoop them up with this net. Firstly, I'm gonna clear out all this vegetation. So what I have in here is some floating plant. Some of you may be able to ID, but if I can't ID anything when I'm speaking.
Sieht aus wie diese Wasserbananenpflanzen, oder? Das Video kennst du in Frank gar nicht. Ich habe schon mal davon gehört, aber noch nicht wirklich.
I'll probably post it up on the screen for you with their scientific name. So if you want to get any of these plants, you can just find them in your local fish store. This is actually dried banana leaves or a whole branch that I put in. This helps with tannin, and it also gives a lot of hides for the fish and offers natural food for them. So you know, like bloodworms and all that will actually lay their eggs on this, and then the fish can actually feed on them. So I'm going to take all this out, and when I do so, I'm going to be scooping this up and then taking the fish from here into there. Going to leave this here for now. This is actually where all the breeding ponds used to be, where we cleared this out the other day. And there's just one there, and then some ponds over there, and there's a large pond over there. There's it.
Das habe ich gar nicht mitbekommen. Wie lange sind die Fische da jetzt drin? Oder hatte die erst da reingemacht oder sind die da drin gewachsen?
Actually, they're starting to make bubble nests. This is a F1 spawn from the pairs that I got when we went collecting, and these have been strictly fed on live daphnia and mosquito larvae. So I'm just going to try and get as much as we can. We'll actually clear out the whole tank. Here, there's actually a male in here that I want to show you. Obviously their colours are not going to be like as intense because they've not been conditioned. So if I can get one for you. So these are some males and then females. This one's a male. As you can see,
okay, krass.
Their colours are not as vibrant. There's a male in there. These are some of the males. If you want them to colour up, you have to actually condition them. So that means putting them in the jar, putting lots of tannin, separating the fish. Try and get every single one out. So after I finish doing this, I'll show you guys actually how many fish that we actually get from this little pond. I'm suspecting about 100 or 200 hopefully. There's another male. It's quite a large male here.
Was sind das genau für welche? Sagt er das?
Obviously colours are not really vibrant. So
sehen aus wie Imbelles, oder?
I'll show you how many we get.
Was? Ne, nur dass es verschiedene Wildbettas sind. Die sind aus wie diesen Stufen. Ja, Imbelles und na, was sind's noch? Marachensis und sowas. Marachensis sind ja diese Wildformen.
Alright, so remove all the fish. We'll leave this dry out before we set up another breeding tank. These will actually come in here in the next week or two after everything is settled. I need to clear all this up. This is actually the front of my...
Das ist halt das cool bei den Wildbettas, die kannst du ja zu mehreren auf jeden Fall auch halten und züchten, ne? Nicht so wie bei den normalen Bettas, dass du die halt mehr selektieren musst.
Farm. That's the fish house where all the fish are. I'll show you in another video of that, or the setup. So what we have here is a lot of gunk and all algae and everything, so we need to put some more water in this. There's actually a mango that has fallen there for quite some time from that tree there. So I need to put some more water into this, remove all this, and I'll show you how many fish that we actually have. There's a lot in here. There might not be a lot on the camera, but...
Sieht nach einigen aus, aber das sieht wirklich aus wie die Imbelles oder Smaragdina.
As you can see there. Okay, so this is the last process in actually
Krass. Geil.
grading. Any deformed fish that I can see with my eyes won't get released back, so any fish without a ventral or anything like that, I'll just grade out. And this has taken quite some time to do so. So these are the fish, I'll just put them here. So we have quite a lot. It's probably more than what I expected. And we have a pretty decent amount of males and females, so there's not a lot more males and females.
Krass, ich habe kein Schild bekommen. Wie lange hat er die da drinnen gelassen? Hat er das auch gesagt am Anfang? Einen Sommer über, oder was?
So carefully place them here. So these have actually been medicated, and you know, I medicate them with medicine to remove parasites, fungus, or anything that I could possibly release into the wild. So these will be basically quarantined in that grow out tank for about 2 weeks. So these are some smaller ones. Okay.
Also er selektiert die besten jetzt aus und die, was nicht so doll sind, entlässt er wieder raus in die Natur. Er macht eine Art Aufforstung der Bestände. Ein Großteil gibt er frei in die Wildnis und einen kleinen Teil verkauft er, um seine Kosten zu decken. Ah, okay. Habe ich doch richtig verstanden. Ja, coole Sache.
So we finally finished removing all those males and females. These are really good sized fish. They're quite healthy as well. Some of them are actually bigger than some. So this one here, this one's probably the runt of the litter. Some of them smaller due to food not being enough for them. I may have put too many into the grow out tank, so they weren't getting enough food, but overall about 95% of the fry all actually look the same size, all good to go. So we have about 100.
Also 95% lässt er wieder frei.
I think. So it's quite a lot. So these will actually be released into the habitat their parents came in from. These are F1, so they were bred from wild caught parents. I'm always trying to keep the bloodline as pure as possible, so I won't
Was 95% von dieselbe Größe? Ah, okay.
release any F4s or any higher generations that I've been breeding, because I want to keep it as natural as possible from what their parents were. So I didn't grade or select the parents for, you know, their colors or anything to do with their fins. I just basically took them from the habitat, bred them, and then this is the result. So these fish are as natural as I could possibly make them, and that's quite a lot, as you can see. So this is a good batch. So I don't actually have a bag. I looked and tried to find a large bag, but we didn't have any, so we're going to put it all in this jar, and we're going to...
Ah, von der Art her, ich überlege die ganze Zeit... Oder sind das die Smaragdiner? Wir gucken gleich mal am Ende vom Video. Ich habe da das Video mit Andreas zusammen gemacht über die Wildbettas. Ich glaube, die sehen aus wie die Smaragdiner.
Close the lid and then travel to...
Imbelles sind ein bisschen dunkler von der Farbe her, glaube ich. Smaragdiner sind eher so in der Farbe.
Where we're going to release them. Some of you may be wondering how come these are not fighting, because one, they've been growing up with each other, and two, they're pretty stressed out obviously from moving and being taken from their grow out. However, some of them have started to colour up. That's this one. This one's quite nice.
Was die Weibchen haben auch solche Längsstreifen. Ja, aber von der Farbe her. Zu groß für Embellis? Nee, Embellis sind ungefähr genauso groß.
Pretty nice colour on him. So I'll start filming again when we get to the habitat. Okay, so we have just arrived. I haven't been here in a few months since I last came in to release some fish. The place is pretty much overgrown. The water actually comes out.
Zuerst Embellis hier, das passt von der Größe und Farbe. Ja, aber die Smaragdiner sehen genauso aus. Wir können gleich mal vergleichen nach dem Video.
To go about here.
So krass, wenn das natürliche Habitat von denen ist. Das sind wahrscheinlich nur kleine Pfützen, ne?
This habitat actually looks really good. It looks like it's thriving. So all of that over there is actually fern, and underneath it it's actually like it's just their roots, so it's floating on like water. So if you walk over there, it will just be like a marshy kind of grassland. I will actually take you into some of that to see how the root system and everything work. This plant here, I'll show you also. Any species of plants and, you know, life form or aquatic fish, I'll put the scientific name on the screen when I actually show them off. So I'll be going in here trying to catch different species of fish.
Das sind ja eigentlich gar keine richtigen Pfützen, das sind ja wirklich nur Schlammpfützen, ey. Das ist doch kein richtiges Wasser hier, oder? Beschwemmte Abschnitte, ja, aber das ist ja wirklich, da ist ja nicht mehr wirklich Wasser drin.
Show you what's actually living with wild bettas. So for anyone who's looking into making a wild betta tank, you guys can actually try and find these fish.
Das sind alles Schwimmpflanzen, oder was? Okay. Weil das sieht halt aus wie so eine Matschpfütze.
And then add them to your community tank. So before
okay, ja, jetzt weiß ich, was du meinst.
we actually get into the main part of the video, just let me tell you guys more about wild bettas and where they actually live amongst all this grass.
Middle of the pond is covered with hydria. Okay, also die Mitte davon ist komplett überdeckt von dieser Pflanze. Oder wie?
Grassland and all the foliage and everything. So you may think that the wild bettas will actually thrive and live all in open water, like around in the middle. They actually don't. They usually live in the actual edge of the pond or habitat that they're in, amongst the foliage that hangs on the edge, because it offers them a really good coverage from predators and everything else. So there's my wife just walking over there.
Also er hat gerade gesagt, dass die nicht in der Mitte schwimmen, sondern alle am Rand schwimmen, weil sie da gut geschützt sind, ja.
So I'll zoom in around the edges. So this is like here, like where they'll actually be, around this edge here. You won't really find much in the middle. When they breed, they'll come to the edge, spawn, protect about 3 to 4 foot of territory, and any other males or fish that come near them will actually get chased out. So people say, oh yeah, bettas actually live in deep water and thrive in open space. They actually don't, because they prefer, you know, their own small territory, and that's not really too big. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to release some fry here, release some over there, so they're spread out a bit. I don't want to just release them in one space, because the males may end up fighting each other.
Also er hat die jetzt von mehreren Stellen entnommen, weil sonst nicht so viele Männchen da am Start sind, dass wir die doch gegeneinander kämpfen, oder wie?
So on estimate, I'm guessing about 100 fry or adults.
Nee, ich meine, lässt sie raus.
That's what I should call them now. So females.
Hey, jetzt weißt du, was du mit den Längsstreifen meinst. Das, ja, könnten doch Embellis sein. Ich habe vorhin nur die gesehen mit den schwachen Streifen hier. Den habe ich gar nicht gesehen.
Some males. So I'm just gonna walk down here.
Ja, Dreamcatcher, ich habe mich eben nur versprochen, er lässt es an verschiedenen Stellen, weil die sonst kämpfen würden.
Trying to film this with one hand once again. So the water actually looks really dirty, but it isn't. It's actually crystal clear filtration by thousands and thousands of plants, so you don't have to worry about you know, this place being so stagnant and everything. The pH here is, last time I checked, was about 4.8, if I can remember.
4,8 pH. Okay, krass.
I'll actually show you guys how clear the water is, because you can see it through the bottom. If I just let go of some of these guys here, and hopefully they'll find their own ways. So I've released, there we go, you can see there's one there, there's another one there. Not sure if you can get it, there's a lot of glare on the camera, but they'll find their own way. So I'm just going to walk around. Release some here as well. Oh, there's actually a lot of rasboras here. I'll try to get a video of them. Oh, you can't see them. I'll show them later on.
Es wäre geil, wenn er mal mit einer GoPro da unter Wasser geht. Wenn das Wasser so klar ist, sieht man da bestimmt auch einiges. Der hat doch kaum Mittel. Ja, okay.
Okay, so I walked over to this side. Oh, there's some rasboras here. Really small fish. I really can't get a good shot of them. But we'll release some fish here. The last.
Vermutlich kaum Sichtweite. Ey, da siehst du, glaube ich, genug drin.
Last bit. There we go. So they'll just make their way around the whole pond and just live their life. So in about 2 months or so, it'll be raining season. That's when these guys will actually breed. So right now is the perfect time to release them, just to get them in preparation for the breeding season. Hopefully this habitat will stay quite a lot. It's quite a large habitat actually. It reaches all the way over there. And this is where we just walked from. And that's where I just released the fish. So, let's get in.
Was ist das, eine Pleura, was überlebt? Ein laufendes Biotop. Er hat ja schon gesagt, das wird von Tausenden von Pflanzen gefiltert. Also ich denke mal, dass die Wasserqualität da drin nicht schlecht sein wird. Das ist ja auch klar, man sieht es ja auch.
Into the next video where we catch these rasboras, and I'll show you guys what they look like and all the other fish that I may be able to catch in this habitat.
Ah cool, interessant, jetzt fängt ein paar Fische raus. Ein paar Rasboras. Boah, mal ernsthaft, wer von euch würde da reinsteigen? Ich glaube, ich würde es nicht machen, wegen Blutegel oder sonst irgendwelchen Kram.
Ah, look how lucky we got. Oh no, I had a loach in there. There was actually.
Du gehst da rein. Ich weiß nicht, ich weiß nicht, ob ich es machen würde.
Actually a loach. Hold on, let's try to get it again. That was these loaches that I wanted to show you guys, and I actually got them on the first scoop. Oh, what's this? I have no idea what kind of fish this is. Whoa. So that's some catfish. Actually, I'll put this in here for now.
Das ist
There's actually no
irgendein Wels auf jeden Fall.
loaches in that time, so I'll try and get loach. We'll show you guys that catfish in a bit. I'm not sure how that made it in there. Hold on. Hold on.
Was könnte das sein? Ja, habe ich glaube ich schon mal irgendwo gesehen.
That's pretty cool. That shouldn't.
Was? Nee, da liegt alles drin. Elektriker, was ist doch alles? Pangasius? Nee, kein Pangasius. Pangasius sieht anders aus. Das ist irgendein Wels gewesen. Aber was für einer? Irgendein Katzenwels, kann das sein?
Right, so On that scoop, I actually caught a really nice Smaragdina male.
Smaragdina, hat er doch gerade gesagt, oder? Der hat gerade Smaragdina Male gesagt.
Really nice colour. Come closer. This is what they look like, fully coloured up. Oh.
Ja, das ist ein Smaragdina. Catfish Wels, ja, aber es gibt doch eine Welsart, die heißt Cat irgendwas. Also. Apangasius war das nicht. Das ist einer, ja. Smaragdina.
Really, really green. But we'll release this guy because we don't really need him. Do this. There we go. There's a lot of wild bettas. And look, from that one scoop, I caught about 5 wild bettas, as you could see. But these are really small. So we were having no luck catching the loaches over there, so we
Alien Betta.
moved over here. So hopefully there's some loaches just swimming around here in the
Aber ist Alien nicht auch nur eine Zuchtform? Mit Kurzflossen?
weeds.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, Aliens sind ja. Sind auch Zuchtformen, also die sind nicht. Das sind keine Wildbettas.
Really want to show you guys what they look like, and hopefully we can get a croaking gourami as well. So let's go for the first scoop here. Maybe if we're lucky we might get a fish. Oh, there's a lot of mud, but is there any fish?
Hybride von Splendens und Wildbetter, ja, sag ich ja. Aber wäre es nicht schlauer gewesen, zuerst rauszufischen und dann erst nachzusetzen? Und ich glaube, der ist bestimmt an anderen Stellen, wo er die gerade rausgesetzt hat, wo er gerade neu fischt.
There's actually nothing here.
Ompok heißt der Wels, okay.
Just small wild bettas, but no loaches. So, using that. Oh, here's a male wild betta. It's a nicely coloured male, nice tail pattern on him. Slightly spade tail actually. Yeah.
Auch ein Smaragdina, oder?
Really nice pattern on his tail. And he just jumped out my hand.
Dort sind noch Gouramis zu Hause. Die riesen Speise-Gouramis.
I really don't want to make a part 2 to this video in search of these loaches. Keep getting wild bettas though, but no luck.
Ach, Knurren der Gourami und so. Okay, krass.
Obviously, when you're diving into an environment like this, you have to watch out for snakes,
Ja, ich wollte gerade sagen, da sind doch bestimmt auch Schlangen drin, oder?
leeches, all other bugs that can bite you.
Käfer, die einem beißen. Deswegen, ich glaube, ich würde da nicht reingehen.
Be careful. So these are the red-tailed rasboras that I was
Krass, die hat er da rausgefangen.
talking about. These guys swim around in
Ah, Gouramis.
little groups, and they get along really well with wild bettas. So if you guys can get a hold of these in your country or local fish store,
Heißen die nicht Schlusslicht, Salmler oder sowas?
I mean they make good companions for wild bettas. because they don't do each other any harms. If you can't, you could use species like cardinal tetras or neon tetras. That should be okay. Here's the other guy that I caught. I'm not really sure what this is. I'll research when I get home. Some of you guys may already
Brokatbarbe, oder?
know.
Sieht so aus.
Might be a type of barb, I'm not sure. It's pretty cool though. As I'm aware, any type of barb are pretty aggressive, so I wouldn't recommend them in a wild Betta tank. But this is what I wanted to show you guys. This is a gourami. These should never be put with wild Bettas because they are pretty aggressive and territorial, so those two do not mix. Sadly, I can't show you guys the loach that I was talking about because we
Loach? Was ist nochmal Loach? Steht gerade voll auf dem Schlauch.
didn't get any. It may be hard to get because my net
Roach heißt doch Kakerlak, oder?
was a bit too big, so they went through the holes of the net. So we might have to come back in our next video and show you guys those. I also caught that catfish at the start, but obviously this glass cube
Loach ist Schmerle.
tipped over, so you know I couldn't show you guys. These, when they settle,
Roach ist Kakerlak, ja, sag ich doch.
because I used to keep them in my main fish tank, have really nice green along their bodies. So neon tetras will be blue. These guys have that neon green kind of like on their sides. I'll try and get it in the camera, but they're pretty cool.
Sieht echt interessant aus. Aber das sind doch diese Schlusslichtsammler, nennen die sich doch hier, oder? Weiß das jemand aus dem Chat? Okay, jetzt kommen nur noch Bilder. Cooles Video. Mir echt gefallen. Nice.